Shim Yahushua, by Shim Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles, those who rule well of GMS. Special salutations to the Akim laboring in his truth and sincerity, raising up the hopeful elect within his righteousness with the word of the Most High. All right, Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's name. Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He is a savior unto his people, which are the Israelites, those who are scattered abroad across the four winds. All right, I'm Yalak Mamra'ah, part of the Shepherd of Berea camp. Salutations to the fellow Akim of the Shepherd of Berea camp. All right, Shalom, Shalom. Lord's will, this lesson is edifying. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Become men. And this truth is not designed for you to stay on the same level. It's for you to become a man. I speak for myself and for others out there who are still staying in the same space. And there's ways that you could become men inside this truth. All right. And one of the greatest ways to become men and learn something is by taking counsel. All right. That's going to happen from men of the Lord. Other things is by taking actions that men would do and not not taking those actions. All right. So I'm gonna explain myself with the scriptures, and Lord's will, this is edifying. First scripture I'm gonna get is 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. All right. With some of the conversations of children. All right. A lot of the conversations of children are weak. They're nothing. They're all pleasures. Kids like to have fun. All right. Kids like that. They're not thinking about, oh man, did you see what happened in the stock market today, or even excluding the stock market? Did you see what's going on? Or man, maybe we should, oh man, they're not preparing. Like if it's raining outside, maybe we should do this. Did you check the weather? The winter's coming. Maybe we need to go buy clothes. They're not in the mind state to prepare themselves. Children, pretty much, they don't have the mind state to prepare themselves. They just are caught up into things to have fun. That's what a child is, and that's what their conversation is going to be. All right, so it ain't gonna be anything that's gonna be of any substance. So most of the time, as a child, just shut your mouth and listen. And like I said, I even speak for myself, okay, because these are things that you have to understand. Is gonna help you elevate and grow, which is taking heed. Okay, it says, I understand as a child. I understood as a child. All right, that's what happens. Your understanding is gonna be as a child. And what does that mean? That means you're not going to comprehend something as a grown up will comprehend. You're going to only think that or understand as a child, which is understand as. And a child doesn't have any understanding. And it's okay that a child doesn't have any understanding, all right? Because they're a child. But there comes a time where you have to strive to be a man. And in order to do that, you have to follow leadership. All right, you have to take action. All right, action. It says, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. So you see what just happened? There was a transfer. One thing gets left behind when you become a man, and those are childish things. So certain childish things that I can even speak on, it's a child is always cool with everything. They're cool with everybody. They're a child, friends. They don't discern when somebody needs to get their coat pulled. They don't discern between when they need to really scold somebody. They don't discern when they need to cut friends off. Because even as a child, you will have those. Your parents will have to sort that through. This person's a bad person. You need to stay away from this. But as a child, even when bad things do happen to you around them, you still don't really discern that you need to, check or check them. Okay, but you need to put away those childish things. And when you become a man, all right, you become a man. You speak out as a man. You don't even if you're a child and you have somewhat of wisdom, you don't give a suggestion. You give an order. All right, you give an order because that's what a man is going to do, and you stand on that. And it's fine. It's perfectly fine because a child sometimes don't even want to be losing or lose out. Oh man, I don't want nobody to feel some type of way. That's childish things. A man is not going to feel no type of way. King David didn't feel no type of way when he told two men, all right, who have their beard half shaved off. They just fought in the war and all of that. He could have been like, damn, these dudes put in work for me. They was right now. They had their beard shaved off. He told them dudes to get out the camp till their beard grow back. All right, no feelings aside. No feelings aside. But that's being a man. And in this society, it's like, oh, you gotta watch how you say things. Nah, it's time to be a man now, bro. I'm tired of being this kid in the, in this society. It's time to grow up, man. It's time to really grow some balls inside this truth. It's time to really become a leader, a pillar. We don't have any. We got nothing but a bunch of suckers and sellouts, and people want to be politically correct. It's time to grow some nuts and grow up, man. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, pray, ask, fast for these things. All right? Because this is what is going to get us out of here. The Most High is looking for men of the Lord, righteous men, not children. All right? Now the Most High said, the greatest in the kingdom of heaven is a child, but in the aspect of that, I'll go into that, as well, because a child is supposed to be guided. Okay, so that's why he said that, But you got individuals, all right, now speaking out, on others who are children, but pretending like they know what they're doing. And then when they do get certain things, counsels on certain things, they don't want to take heed to it. All right, and so you don't take heed to it, so you don't grow up. And then you don't grow up, then what's the point? How are you going to help somebody else out when you a child? Let's get this real quick. Hebrews. You know what? I want to get Solomon, because you know what? Solomon admitted. All right, and that's one thing too. Sometimes you got to say you don't know shit, man. You can't just walk around like you knowing stuff all the damn time. All right, so and then nothing able to, your cup's always full. You're not able to, nothing else is pour inside of you. That wisdom inside of you, because oh no, I know this already. First Kings 3:7. And now, O Lord, my God, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. This is a prayer, all right? Thou has made thy servant king instead of David, my father. And the Most High have called us in his truth to be kings, to be leaders. All right, that's why he called us in his truth. That's why certain brothers fall out, because they don't want to be able to stand up to that. They're like, damn, you know what? It's tough. And it is a tough thing. But would you rather be, a sucker in a society? Here it is. Yeah, it's with great stances, it's a great responsibility. But stop, take on the responsibility. A lot of dudes, I remember being like that at certain jobs. You just want to stay at this low level because you don't want to move up or be a manager because it's more responsibility. That's corny. That's corny, bro. Take leadership and take on the responsibilities that come with being a leader. Yes, it is going to be harder. Yes, it's going to be more pressure on you. But that's what it is. Moses had to deal with the pressure. King David a lot of people had to deal with the pressure. But that's the cloth we cut from. Stop backing out of shit, man. And like I said, man, may this word touch, those who need it. Because a lot of that's one thing about Israel. Israel don't like to take a responsibility. Israel don't want to be responsible for nothing. They just want to live their own little personal life and think it doesn't affect nobody else. No. What you do is affect a whole nation of people. That's why we came in this captivity in the first place. So verse 7 says, and now, Lord, my God, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father. I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. So Solomon humbled himself. All right. Solomon humbled himself. All right. And he took counsel. All right. Now the Most High ain't going to deal with you straight up on, visit you in a dream. Whoa, brother, great. Now I'm going to make you this. No, he's going to use men around you. And that's who you got to go before and humble yourself before. Because these men have wisdom because they have experience. And not only that, you see it by their actions, the way they move. And you might think, damn, this brother's, man, so hard, But that's because that brother's a man, And most dudes grew up without their fathers too. And then some dudes who did grow up with their fathers, got away from their fathers because their father was too hard on them. I was one of those dudes who moved away from my father because he was too hard, But that's weak. That's feminine behavior. It's time to grow up. If you didn't have a father, then appreciate a brother who is like a father figure. That's what it feels like to have a father. I never had a dad around, but then you get somebody who's telling you something, you don't like it. Come on, man. It says, and now, oh Lord, and see, that's one thing. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, it's not the so-called white men that's the problem. It's authority. You Israelites hate authority. Y'all hated authority always from the beginning. Y'all hate instructions. Y'all hate somebody telling you something. Y'all hate rules. And then you go out and get yourselves in a bunch of heap of bullshit, you know, a whole bunch of bullshit. And guess what? Guess why that happens? Because there wasn't rules you was following. And then somebody's supposed to feel sorry for you. Somebody's supposed to stick up for you. But then when somebody give you authority, oh, it's in a cult. Verse 7, it says, Now, O Lord my God, thou hast made thy servant, I read the Salakia, verse 8, and thy servant is in the midst of thy people which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered, nor accounted for a multitude. See, you don't realize that you supposed to be guiding these people. You're not trying to take your responsibilities. And when the Most High come, he's going to say, you know, thou slothful, wicked servant, what have you done with this pound? The Most High gave you this to do something with it. You go ahead and sit on it and think you could just do with that whatever the hell you want and see when Yahweh Shai come before you. See how what you were supposed to do while he wasn't here. And then he gonna chop your fucking head off, man. Excuse my language. Or he gonna have another brother chop your head off, man. You know why? Because he's giving you something that you never had before. Somebody's giving you an opportunity that you never had before. All right? You have been given life. All right, as an individual, you have been given arms, legs, a mind. And then not only that, you've been given the truth, which most people haven't been given. All right, and you've been given a system that's been already set up. You ain't have to create this system that's already set up around you, and all you have to do is channel in. You know, you like the chariot so much, the chariots don't just fly aimlessly throughout the sky. They're following orders. All right, you can't deal with being on the chariots. You know, if you can't deal with what they do, you know, it says that they had a face of a, because that means they follow the duties. The face of a lion, the face of a man. You know, when it goes into Ezekiel, why the face of a man? Because they're following orders. That's what they do. You know, Jake can't figure out how to follow orders or follow through or hear out or follow through a counsel. And the problem with that is that it's not just about you not following it because it's going to affect somebody else. It's not that, oh, it's all right, well, it's my choice. No, it's not just your choice. Your behavior is going to affect somebody else. Whether you know it or not, it's going to affect somebody else. It's not just going to affect you. It's going to affect everybody else, man. Verse 9, it says, Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people. All right, this is what King Solomon asked for. So as a child, it's cool, you be a child, but now you go before men, you wear out men doorsteps, you ask for counsel on certain things, especially things you don't know. You know, you don't just go and try to prove a point. You don't go into things trying to prove that you know something when you know you don't know nothing. You know you never did certain things before, so you know what? Let me ask counsel on this. You know, and it's okay to humble yourself and ask certain things. Now, of course, certain things you're gonna know to already do, but that comes with knowing when to ask too. You might say, "Oh, well, you know, I gotta ask, should I go to the?" Come on, you gotta know too when to ask. And if you don't know, well, I guess just ask every little bit of thing. You know, because Jake can start playing stupid with certain things as well. It says that I may discern between good and bad. That's why that I may discern between good and bad. Because certain dudes don't know, they'll attract negative behavior. Why? Because they may not able to discern that this is a negative behavior. You know, you'll start to see the signs, but you hoping so much in something that you won't even discern that. Hold on, nah, this is a negative. It don't matter because, oh man, this is so great, man. This is man, I want that. That's so great. But you ignore, you know, you don't even discern that, you know, that this whole process, you know, is a scam. You know, it's a scam. You know, and why you don't know that? Because you never went through those experiences. Because why? Because you're a child. It says, for who is able to judge this thy so great a people? All right. And Solomon knew that Israel was great. You dealing with Israelites, man. Israel is great supplanters. Israel is, you know, you're gonna need counsel traveling through life. You know, I was listening to something and someone said, man, life is a journey. You know, in any journey you take and you trotting through unfamiliar territory, you need a tour guide. And you need to take heed to where that tour guide, because certain areas you might travel to that you never been to are grimy areas. and you put yourself in jeopardy. And then when you put yourself in jeopardy, you put others in jeopardy because you got other people that's following you. You know, you got other people that's following you. Or then others is gonna have to go and fight, you know, get you. But that's again, you know, and may the Lord impute and put this inside of the men who are desiring to be better, desiring to grow up, you know, desiring to be pillars inside this society. You know, the Most High want better for us than we want for ourselves, and that's the fact. All right, Yahweh Shai ain't died on the cross just for you to just be a child all your damn life, man. First Samuel 2:26, and the child grew, and the child Samuel grew on. Samuel didn't stay on. That's the point. Samuel did not stay on the same level. He didn't stay on level one. All right, he didn't mess with the same people. People started to come before Samuel to ask him what to do. Ain't nobody coming before you to ask you what to do. He didn't stay messing with the same bugged out females. You know, I'm not saying that as in I know who Samuel dealt with, but what I mean in that aspect is Samuel, when he grew, okay, that's what happens when you grow. Certain individuals that are they either gonna grow with you or you're gonna leave them behind. You know, talking about your personal and hey, that can even go for even brothers in the truth. And if that person don't want to grow, they'll get left behind. It says and was in favor both with the Lord and also with men. Hey, because guess what? He wasn't in favor with children. It says in the child Samuel grew. All right. You know, stop. And that, you know, that goes for me. They stop wanting to be favored with children. Why? Be favored with the Lord and with men. What is the fuck is a child going to get? You know, what? That's going to get you nowhere, man. That's going to get you nowhere. You know what's going to get you? Misguided, misdirected, and then a whole heap of bullshit. And then you as a leader who do have family in situations, they depending on you, and you out being favored with a child. You know, being favored with someone who not an actual child, but someone who's in a child mind state. That's what I'm saying. Favor with people, individuals in a childlike mind state. You know, cause just because you maybe 30 or 40 or, you know, up there in age, you know, that doesn't mean your mind, certain people will never grow up. Their bodies may develop. You know, you got people who's really like that. And, you know, when you see people who's autistic, they may be like 30, 40, but they're still like a baby in the mind. All right. And you have individuals that may not have that autistic thing, but they're just a baby in their mind. They do the same dumb shit. They hang around the same people. You know, they don't elevate themselves. You know, they don't call certain things out. They just, you know, they're okay with the bullshit. You know, and that's what they attract. Shit. And you know, shit attracts flies and a whole bunch of other things of death. It says in stink dead things. It says verse 26, and the child Samuel grew and was in favor both with the Lord and also with men. So that's what level Samuel was doing. So these are men, because it says in Sirach 44, let us now praise famous men. These are men that we gotta follow. These are the spirit. May Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakakodash, give us those spirits, because I know the Most High didn't call us in His truth to remain on the same level, and not just to grow for ourselves to receive glory, but it's to grow so we can actually guide others, because we have a responsibility that the Most High have given us, you know, and we can't just keep doing this, man. You know, we can't just keep doing this, man. You know, lifetime after life, we can't. There's at some point where we just gotta cut that old shit off. At some point, you know, and I know, man, it's time, you know, for me. It's time. It's time. You know, yeah. First Corinthians 3 and 1. And our brethren could not speak unto you as spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Yahweh Shai. Right. So some brothers want the deep things and want to go into this and, you know, want to get on a level of chariots. That's spiritual stuff. That's spiritual stuff. Because what you don't understand is the chariots ain't just doing their own thing. It says, better as unto cardinal, even as unto babies in Yahweh Shah. I have fed you with milk, and not with meat. For hitherto you were not able to bear it, neither yet now are ye able. All right? For ye are yet carnal, for whereas there is among you envy, strife, divisions, are ye not carnal and walk as men? Right? So some of us are still have to get fed the milk. And then when you getting fed the milk, you refusing the bottle, slapping the bottle at the brother hand. You know, them evil ass babies that do that shit. They throw the fucking bottle at you. They don't want it no more. They throw, like what the hell? Throw the damn bottle. And they want to put some random shit that they see on the floor in their mouth. Not knowing that shit going. Cause babies do that. They crawl around and find some shit and put it in their mouth because they're stupid. They don't. So you gotta guide them. But the point is, brother guy, he throws the bottle. You don't want to hear it. I got this. I don't think this needs to be discussed about this. No, it needs to be discussed about it because you're a baby. You're a baby. I'm developing as well. So, certain brothers, it doesn't matter. Some brothers is babies. Some brothers may have a certain years on in the truth and they still be babies because they ain't never really developed. And it's fine. But now here's the time to grow. I had another preset. First Maccabees. Is this not First Maccabees? Yeah, First Maccabees 2:64. It says, wherefore ye my sons, be valiant. Let's go into that word valiant. And shout out to the Akim through the Spirit who sent out precepts to help build this sit down and my spirit up, and Lord willing, others brothers' spirits up. Valiant, brave, courageous, intrepid in danger. So you be brave, man. All right. And which walks of brave? Where's son? Be valiant. Be brave. Be brave. And standing up and giving brothers over. Be brave. And rebuke. Be brave. Standing on what you're saying. Don't let it be shifted because you feel like it's gonna be uncomfortable for somebody else. That's why you might not give it as a strong look. It's uncomfortable. But fuck being uncomfortable. We have been designed. This whole thing is uncomfortable, bro. Jacob got the blessing through some uncomfortable shit. He wrestled an angel, bro. That's not comfortable. He didn't wrestle a normal. He wrestled an angel that took his thigh out of joint. Abraham was 75 years old, and then the Most High called him for this long journey. Then 15 years later, he had Isaac. This whole thing is uncomfortable. Then he had to circumcise, at an old age. That's uncomfortable. That wasn't just some, don't let that go over your head. The brother had to put a blade to his rod to uncircumcise himself at an old age. You know what I mean? This whole thing, Yahweh Shah had to get on the cross. So if you're looking for something comfortable, maybe this truth ain't for you. And I speak unto myself. Because this thing ain't gonna be comfortable with you telling brothers, giving brothers orders or getting it. No, this ain't gonna be no comfortable thing, bro. This ain't gonna be a breeze. This ain't gonna be a breeze. And there ain't nothing else out there in the world. So you know what? Hey, this is the greatest thing and the greatest opportunity. So hey man, time to step up. It's time. You need to, hey, tap in, And what I mean by that is humble yourself for the Most High. That this is what you desire. Not only that, this is what the Most High brought before us. This is what He brought before me. You don't find the truth. You know what I'm saying? The truth calls you out. So if you were a potential candidate and you seeing and reading the list, oh shit, this is one of the requirements. Damn, I suck at that. I really suck at that. And man, it's kind of hard for me to do that. Then that's something that got to be worked on. That's something you got to go through training with, develop. And then you get in these situations and you flocking them, you dropping them. So it's time to develop that mind frame, and not just to put it out there, you know, not just to say it, but to actually do. Not deceiving yourself. You know, man, I'm gonna hype myself up to do it, and then you come to the challenge and don't do it. You come to the game and freeze in the middle of the court. You know, I did that before even playing. You freeze in the middle of the court. Go ahead, dribble the ball. You know what I'm saying? Take the layup, take the shot. God damn. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? You just, what are you here for? Get in the game. Get in the game, bro. There's a whole game being played. Get inside the game, man. Be part of the team. Don't just freeze when you get the ball. There's talent inside of you. Utilize the talent. What are you doing, bro? All of this training and jumping abilities and this, utilize it. Valiant, brave, courageous, intrepid in danger, stalwart, brave, be strong, be well, have power, have power, have power, have power. Make others respect your power. And that's not saying a physical thing, spiritual thing. Spiritually, have power with your words, with things you put out, the vibration you put out. Have power behind it. And like I said, not in a physical aspect. Because some people they give off. They can tell that, he not, he don't do certain things, or he might not, but do that for himself. But he ain't gonna put that out there like that for others to move in that way. And them spirits know that. They're not stupid. They're intelligent. And that's why certain things that come your way. I know certain things come my way that won't come certain brothers' way. Or you'll hear things from certain brothers that other brothers be like, well, that brother ain't bring that my way. And you start to feel fucked up like, oh, damn, man. But hey, that's because you got to start having power, That shit should, that should be far from, anybody think that anything bring certain things or information your way or something, they should well know that what it's going to be. And that if they don't follow through with what you're saying, that is going to be something behind that as well. Because that's what type of time the Most High is on. That's the type of time King David was on. He didn't give them a suggestion on, I think y'all brothers should just, stay out until y'all come back in. Nah, he gave them a dudes an order, and they knew there was power behind that order. You know what I mean? They knew that, so they followed through with that. All right. First Corinthians 16-13. Watch ye. Okay. Stand fast in the faith. Quit you like men. Be strong. That's it, man. That's it. These are the scriptures of the day, man. These are the scriptures of the day. All right. Slocky. Got a call. It's getting likely. But I'm not even gonna be too long with this. That these scriptures I brought out was pretty much the point. The last one was in Hebrews, which was 5:12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have the need that one teach you again. All right, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High. So the first thing to grow up to be a man, to be a leader, to be a teacher is to be taught. That's how it is. It's not a decision. That's just how the Lord set it up. It's not, I think I could do it this way. No, this is how the Lord set up. He said this is the principles of how the Most High set it up. All right, it's not you won't grow unless you go through it this way. It says, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. Verse 13, for everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness. All right, for he is a babe. You see? So you're unskillful in the word of righteousness. All right? Because you're a baby. And the Most High understands that. But strong meat belongeth to them that are full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. And certain brothers smell certain things way before you do. Certain brothers sense certain things way before you do. you know, and that's just because the Most High have exercised their senses, you know, whether it was things that they went through in the world, experience in the world, and things that they developed in the truth, and the Most High put that in them, so they were able to um to grow. But they have that ability, all right, so they can oversee for you, you know. But nevertheless, this is just how the Most High set it up, man. You know, so Lord's will, this lesson was edifying, man, and may the Most High, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua by Shim Rakak Wadash, you know, the Holy Spirit, you know, as we were called, this vocation we were called, this job we were called, give us these qualifications, these requirements, and cause us to put that work in to do so, to be as men. You know, so with that being said, Kwame Yasha Allah, Kwame Yasha Allah, Kwame Yasha Allah, Shalom.